The slogan for Change for Life, if I'm honest, is eat well, move more, live longer, and I really like that. It sort of sums it up for me. And I think living longer is probably quite high on most people's agendas.
By the nature of New Year, it might be something that has come onto somebody's radar because they're not doing enough of it, or they realise that maybe they've put a little bit of weight on or whatever over the Christmas period.
It's not necessarily all about joining a gym, as long as you can try and meet the daily targets of 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise, which can include walking the dog or doing some gardening or some housework. It doesn't have to be pounding away on the treadmill.
In everyday lives, people can do many different things. From when they first get up in the morning, walk up and down the stairs 3 or 4 times. If you do that, you'll find you're quite out of breath.
I think what we tend to do at this time of year is we're all feeling guilty, so we'll cut out too much, and then obviously you've got your risks of not being able to maintain that. So we should be looking to continuously look at a healthy, balanced diet.
We don't want to get to this time next year and then have to be thinking about it again. It's something that we need to try to build into our daily routines and to keep going with.
Some of the simple changes would be to do what we call a snack check. Look at some of the snacks and things you tend to eat throughout the day and the week. You'll be quite surprised how many different snacks you do actually eat, and just try and cut down on some of those. It's not about there being good and bad foods. It's about watching what you eat, really. Not having too many of what we would class as the foods high in fat, and eating more fruit and vegetables, things like that.
Physical activity is so important to our health. The government recommends that adults in Great Britain should be getting 5 bouts of 30 minutes physical activity per week. For children, it's slightly more. The government recommends that we do 60 minutes every day. It doesn't have to be going out and playing football on a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday. You know, it can be walking to the shops, it can be walking. It's not necessarily about being competitive, it's about doing something that fits into your lifestyle. It could be as a family going down to your local leisure centre, but it's got to be something that you enjoy doing, that you're going to do time and time again.
Top 5 tips for 2010, I would say, would be to set yourself a goal, make sure it's realistic.
Find an activity that you really, really enjoy. Something that motivates you, that you either wake up in the morning or you finish work and think, well, I'm going to enjoy doing that today.
Don't change everything at once, one step at a time.
We all feel guilty at this time of year, but it needs to be something that you build into your lifestyle rather than to go out unrealistically.
Just try one new thing. So substitute your chips maybe for a jacket potato, or if you normally have some sort of cheese and bits and bobs with your food, swap it for a little bit of salad. But change little bits at a time. Don't just change the whole thing in one go. You would never stick at it. Try
and drink more water rather than tea and coffee or fruit juices.
Physical activity, start small and work your way up. Don't try and flog your guts out for an hour, because you'll feel rubbish for the next few days and never want to do it again.
To make it more fun, it might be about exercising with someone, a colleague or a friend.
5 or 10 minutes, gradually building your way up to your 30 minutes of recommended activity.
One of the biggest excuses for people for not being active is about time, not having the time to do it. So when does it fit best into my day? When can I timetable this in?